conduction, convection and radiation. So in this experiment, we will be seeing the conduction mode of heat transfer in detail. So what we use is two spheres. One is a smaller sphere which is inside the second sphere, and the space in between is filled with the powder for which we wanted to find out the thermal conductivity. Now the inner sphere acts as the heater, and from that sphere it will be conducted to the second sphere, metal, both are metal, made of metal, and the space in between is filled with the powder. So the heat has to transfer to conduct through the powder to reach the other part. So this is our precautions where we do the experiment. As a part of the experiment, what we do is we supply the input energy, that is in terms of electrical energy. So we can have a method to change the voltage using a thermostat, and this is the setup. So you can see the outer sphere here, and inside that we have the second sphere, and this is the one which will be conducting heat from inside to outside. So we can see this thermal the powder which is inside the those spheres, and it is thickly packed inside, and heat will be conducting through this powder. So we will be measuring the temperature of the outer surface of the inner sphere, and also the inner surface of the outer sphere. So we will be using thermocouple. This is a J-type thermocouple which is being used, and it is nothing but a combination of two different metals. Here it is iron and constantine, as you can see here. Now, when we are starting this experiment, so moving this thermostat to different values will give us different heat inputs. So when we start the experiment, we need to keep it at 0. So the voltage, you can see there is no current passed and there is no heat input. So every temperature will be at the ambient temperature. So this is a temperature selector which we can see the temperatures at different points by changing the knob. And once we wanted to start the experiment, we need to turn the thermostat and put it to a particular voltage, and correspondingly we will be getting the inner sphere heated. Now these values, this temperature selector will help us to see the temperatures different points by changing the knob. Now for doing the experiment, we need to mark the temperatures of each of these points at different intervals of time. Get in a point like the time we need to put in the left column and all the temperatures in the other columns, and we will find that with time there will not be much change, and that is the point where it has reached steady state, and we take these temperatures and apply it in the equation to find out what is the thermal conductivity. And here you can see that the heater surface temperature is about 160 degree at one point, and there will be slight variation because it has been placed at different points, 158, 158 and 159. So the average of it will give us the heater temperature. Similarly, the outer temperature is about 47, 48 degrees, so that averaging will give us what is the outer surface. Now once we have achieved these values, we can switch off the thermostat, and we can switch off the experiment. Now because these powders are non-materials, we can compare their standard values with this and find out what is the experimental error. Thank you.